What's up, it's your girl Lyrics, and I'm back with another video. Today is special to me. It's actually my second day of vacation. I took off work, but it's actually the first day where I'm checking into my hotel. Just finna get into the vibe of solo vacationing. I'm not out of town, but I am still in my hometown, but I will be far away from where I live. The reason why I made it a local vacation is to get myself into the mood to see how I like vacationing by myself. I had never traveled alone by myself. I've always traveled with family and, friends, etc. But as you can tell by the title, I'm calling it my solo local vacation. So y'all stay tuned. All right, y'all, I just got to the hotel. I'm upstairs now. I'm gonna walk in the room in a little bit. So y'all, hold on. It's hot as hell. Shit. All right, y'all, here's the room. Well, y'all can't really see too much, but something simple, not too much, but just right and cozy. So yeah. Alright, y'all, so in a little bit I am getting ready to get me some seafood at some point. It's a little dark in here. Hold on, let me turn it. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna get me some seafood, and I see somewhere to sit to eat it. Right now I'm not hungry. I actually had I'm not gonna say it was a big breakfast, but it was heavy. It was heavy, if that makes sense. It wasn't big, but it was heavy. And I'm still kind of satisfied from this morning. So, which as some of y'all or most of y'all may know, I am on a healthy lifestyle journey, and that does involve me holding my appetite, not even on purpose. I don't give my body what it don't want. So, but yeah, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm finna cool off, hook up my Wi-Fi, and bring the rest of my stuff back up here and charge my camera, because it is definitely on one little piece of battery. And yeah, and I'm trying to vlog, All right, what's up, y'all? So I got me some crabs from Big Crab, formerly known as Boiling Crawfish. It's actually my favorite crab spot. Wait a minute, y'all can't see me. Hold on, my head kind of cut off a little bit. All right, so I got me some Big Crab, and I ended up getting the Dungeons, however you want to say it, combo, and I added some eggs. Shout out to Crappy Ants. But anyway, this is actually my favorite crab spot here in Jacksonville. If I must say so myself, my opinion. I still got some more to try or whatever. Y'all can't really see the plate because of how, I think it's honestly the table. It's kind of low. I mean, I could try to fix it, but I'm not in a rush to really fix. But anyway, I'll show y'all right here. Yeah, it's dripping. It looks like it's filtered. Hold on, y'all. Maybe not as much. Anyway, it's gonna have to work today because I'm hungry. Anyway, so yeah. But I thank you for this food I'm about to receive in Jesus' name, amen. So yeah, anyway, I've been dying to get this, you know what I'm saying? So good. I want to share something with y'all that I experienced, or I'm gonna just say a word. I encountered a word. And the way God works is very mysterious. Like, you'll be amazed on what you can get out of a word, right? So yeah, I encountered a word about a week or two ago, and I'm gonna just tell y'all what it was. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all the scenario first. So I posted a 90s nostalgic theme video. And those of you who know what video I'm talking about, if you're watching, you know it. The beginning part showed me in a robe, and the caption was, "Tell me your favorite era without telling me your favorite era." Anybody know me know I love the 90s. Like, I am a 90s fanatic. Like, that was my era. I was supposed to be class of 85 or 86 so that I can be 21 by time 1990 hit. No, for real. Anyway, the way that video went was phenomenal. Like, I didn't expect to just, put it together the way that I did. I knew I would deliver, but the way the projection was, the production was, the purpose was totally different than what I originally had in mind. Stay with me, y'all. Once I started filming, it didn't even dawn on me that I'm doing absolutely nothing remotely close to what I originally had in mind. It didn't dawn on me. I just got dressed up in my 90s attire, or the intro clip part first, and then the 90s attire. And actually, believe it or not, I did the 90s part first, and then I did the part where I slid over to the in my robe and everything, the entire video did not have anything remotely close in that video for what I ideally wanted, if that's the word, ideally, whatever. My original thought was I was just gonna be sitting in this chair in my room with my 90s gear on, sucking on a lollipop, maybe showing y'all my nails or whatever the case may be, using the 90s phone, and that was pretty much it. But the fact that that video took place, I was outside, I was literally using the phone, like literally using the prop for what it was used, supposed to be used for. Like the video looked like I was literally at the house, literally waiting on my homeboys and my homegirl to come through back in the 90s for a party. More to the story is, and how I connected this with, God and what He's doing for me, and whatever resonates, y'all take what resonates. The way He's gonna do what He's gonna do for you is nothing remotely close to what you think. When He does it, it's gonna be far better than what you thought. It's gonna amaze you. You're gonna look back and be like, as many thoughts as I had of how He was gonna do this for me, this wasn't one of them. I kind of feel like I was all over the place with that story, but anybody who can grasp on to the message, thank you. But yeah, more to the story. Whatever your original plan may be far worse than what it turns out to be. That don't mean don't have a plan. Because even with the original idea that I had for that particular video, I still kind of fed off of that. I wore the same thing I originally was going to wear. Yeah. I still use the same props. I actually switched the song, believe it or not. But like I said, more to the story is keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing. I know you're thinking like, damn, what if He do it like this? What if God do it like this? What if God take me out of this and then do it like this? It's not gonna be nowhere near what you think. And if so happy it turns out to be what you have thought all along, it's gonna be at such a opportune time that it's gonna be more in addition to what you thought. Put it like that. Either way it go, it's still not precisely what you thought. Put it like that. Ooh, I got some in my eye, y'all. Oh my God. Okay. But yeah. So, just want to share that with y'all. Alright, this is the dungeon crabs, y'all. Dungeon crabs actually happen to be my favorite over snow. But I eat all crabs. I just have a favorite, that's all. Like, I don't discriminate on what crab could get the business. All of them can get cracked open. But, yeah. This is my first mukbang, y'all. I can't think I'm doing this. I kind of dig this. I think it's because I'm not camera shy. I feel like that's why it's seeming kind of natural. You know. But yeah. As I mentioned in my intro, as far as like what made me vacate locally, I had never took a vacation by myself. Never. That was something I never wanted to do because of the security I've always felt when traveling with my mom. She booked the flights. I followed her to the gate. That's how I felt. But I'm grown now, and traveling by yourself, it's more than just traveling by yourself. It's a self-care thing. Like, I'm not waiting on nobody to travel with. And it's not even just that. It's just, I never struggled being by myself. And considering that, why not take it a step further and travel by myself? But I chose to do something local just to see how I like the vibe of vacationing by myself. And God damn it, so far I love it. I freaking love it, cause oh my God, I freaking love it. I literally was thinking about this all week. Okay, all month, and it turned out to be better than what I thought. See? Just give you a word on it. But yeah, some people first trip by themselves for a solo trip be out of the city, out of the state, and I honestly applaud that because that's a different type of vacation. Y'all better book them trips. One thing I wouldn't do by myself is take a damn cruise. Oh fuck no. Oh no. Oh no. Or go out the country by myself. But out the city, out the state, oh yeah. Yes ma'am. Definitely doing it. So yes. The people who I told about this were very much on board and applaud the decision. And shoot, my homeboy, shout out to Marcel, even said, friend, make sure you turn your phone on. Do not disturb, because you need that break, you need that vacation. Even if it is still local, still go far away and just enjoy yourself, So my phone isn't on do not disturb, it is on silent. I'm one of those type of people where, but I will put on do not disturb later on the night though, or maybe later on the day, you know what I'm saying, while I'm relaxing. I'm one of those people that can look at their phone, at who's calling or texting, and I can choose not to be disturbed without having my phone on D&D. I'm just saying. I'm just gangster like that. I'm just saying. I don't mean no harm, but I also don't mean to apologize either. That's my phone, I'm just saying. Whew. Got a little kick to this now. Hold on now. I had told them people at the at Big Crab when they had asked me if I wanted mild, medium, or spicy. I said, oh no, I needed mild. I said, I'm from Florida, not the Caribbean. He fell out laughing. So, and not to say that us down here in Florida don't like spicy food, because once upon a time I did like spicy food. I didn't prefer spicy, I just liked it. But it tell me in the Caribbean to want spice, like scorching hot. It's not that deep with me, baby. My nephew likes spicy, you know, so I can't enjoy my food like that. Like, the spice would overpower the damn flavor. Like, no. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, I did not take a nap. I had left my bonnet, so I just went to the hair store to get another one. It's all good because you're supposed to have more than one bonnet of each type, and that's just how I see it. When you come down and have a long braids, have one for the house and then one for packing. That way you don't forget. So now I have two. So when I travel again, I don't have to worry about remembering packing my one bonnet. Now I technically have three, but I have two of the same and one of one. So now I have two long braid bonnets, or bonnets that's for long braids, and then the other one's just for just regular style. But I don't even have an itinerary or a list of things that I'm going to do. I just know that I'm on nobody's time but mine. Now I will say this, technically, or before I say that, I believe Jackie Chan has a movie, The Next Karate Kid. It comes out this weekend or today. I do plan on going to see it. And the movie that I'm going to is actually technically in another state. I mean, city. City, which is Fruit Cove. So, I guess in a way I am out of town. Well, technically, yeah. Geographically, yes, it is out of town. Where my hotel is Jacksonville. Well, the movie theater is one light over. Which in that case will put me in St. Johns County. So, but I used to actually live over here. Did I here twice? Loved it. You know, I miss being over here. It's a vibe. The people are extremely nice. Definitely safe. But anyway. But yeah. After I eat this, which I'm not gonna eat all of it, probably just, you know, eat the rest of it in one cluster. Maybe another shrimp or two, or three or four or five or six. Then I may hightail it in that bed of mine, or hotel bed of mine, and take a nap. I brought my iPad in case the hotel doesn't have Netflix or something, you know. But yeah, because Tyler Perry also has a new movie come out today. So want to make sure I get that. Well, see that. But yeah, tomorrow I do plan on hitting up this. In addition to seeing a movie, I do plan on hitting up this new store in the Avenues and getting a few items called, well, the store is called Miss A, and everything is extremely inexpensive. Oh, that's another thing. Let me say this. We gonna have to learn to not use the word cheap loosely. Okay? People who choose to bargain, save money, or not spend a certain amount, they're not cheap. They're financially responsible. I'm just saying. I don't like people to do that. Me, there's nothing cheap about me because I will spend that cash if I have to for what I want and what I need. Will I prioritize before I do it? Absolutely. I like to spend money and have money left over. You know. So, anyway. But yeah. Oftentimes people tend to do that because they project what they can and can't do onto you. Sure, you gonna just up and buy something and not think twice. Me, I'm in a certain position before I do it. So when I do it, I've been in a position to do it 3, 4, 5 times at that one time. My mama taught me the importance of saving. But I taught myself how to save. And honestly, my mom handed me the blueprint of just teaching me the importance of saving is honestly all I needed. Because only I can save my money how I see fit because it's my coins. Only I know my bills and how much they cost. Only I know what comfortability I have when it comes to saving. Like what's comfortable for me to save. You know. So yeah. I also plan on going to this restaurant. I'm actually sitting in there. This pho restaurant. Pho. And I'm gonna try it. My homeboy was telling me about it. And I had to tell my sister about it because she likes pho too. I told her we were gonna go. That's how she comes. But shoot, might well make it a part of my vacation, my local solo vacation. That got a ring to it, local solo vacation. But anyway, I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, get in the shower to get this crab off me, seafood smell off me, and the girl finna chill. I know your girl is finna chill. Oh my god. Yeah, your girl finna chill. So I will get back with y'all later. What's up, y'all? I am back and the night has fallen. It is late. It's not that late, but anyway, it is 10:35, so it's late as in 10:35. How about that? But anyway, at this time I am going into devotion. This has been a nightly routine that I have been pursuing intentionally for the past year and some change. It's been working. I'm not perfect. I still have my days where I'm like, okay, Lord, when, how, you know, the way I go into it, oftentimes I'm either given a scripture per social media, like as I'm scrolling on TikTok or Facebook, and I screenshot it to make sure that I touch bases with that particular scripture for that night. Or I just open up my Bible app on my phone. Or in the beginning, I started using my physical Bible. I'm using it tonight, just for a different type of guidance, I guess. But having a physical Bible, it means more than just, oh, I have a Bible. My phone might go dead one day, and I just really want to go ahead and get in the Word, and boom. Plus, I'm old school, so anyway. But or I may have experienced something that may have been a word or an eye catcher for that day, and I will research a scripture that pertains to that. So I'm actually going to go into 1 Corinthians 2:9. But before I go there, I do like to say a prayer. Father God, I tell you, thank you for this day. Thank you for this evening. Thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for the eyes that are watching and the ears that are listening. Lord, I thank you for what you and the Word has done, currently doing, will do, and getting ready to do. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so 1 Corinthians, as it reads, 1 Corinthians 2:9. It says, eyes has not seen, nor ear heard, nor have entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love him. So I'm gonna say that early on in the video, I mentioned a video, a content video that I posted, wherein the intent or the original intentions of the video was not projected, was not pursued, was not displayed. However, what came out was 10, 20 times better, right? I didn't see that coming. I didn't hear that coming. But God prevailed in that. As small as that may be to some, it was big to me because I struggle a lot, transparency moment with how God is going to do what I'm asking him to do. And as I like to bring this to y'all's attention, this is my book of manifestations. I have a lot written down. It does not have to make sense as in a journaling way. It doesn't matter. The Bible say, write it down, make it plain. Write the vision down and make it plain. Be as plain as day. Be specific. Write it down. It doesn't have to make sense. Something that's plain doesn't mean it has to make sense. Write it down. It's a form of manifestation and projection of trusting him, kind of fighting back tears right now. Because I have to constantly remind myself that what you ordered on your plate for your entree is not anything remotely close to what the next person. Another scenario, you're at a restaurant. You ordered your food first, and the rest of your peers ordered theirs second, third, after you, period. You notice that their food is coming out first, right? And I actually got this story from Facebook a while ago. So whoever, if that person is watching this, thank you for that story. I don't know the name, but you notice they're getting their food first. Somebody who ordered chicken fingers and fries, somebody ordered a burger, somebody ordered some pasta, so on and so forth. Keep in mind, you ordered first. And earthly thinking, simple-minded thinking, if you order first, you would think that you're going to be serviced first, right? But you're not thinking about the what. You're still thinking about the when. Like, Lord, I came first. I asked you first before so-and-so. Rightfully so. But what you asked me for, it's going to take precious time. And then if you are obedient while you are waiting, actually the waiting and being patient is the obedience. You don't want to just pray and be impatient. You want to get what you wait for, not just what you pray for. Not saying disregard prayer and let me just wait and seek my turn. No, pray, but have patience and focus on your part, right? What you didn't realize is why everybody who ordered after you ordered, again, chicken fingers, french fries, basic stuff, simple stuff. You didn't realize that you ordered filet mignon. You didn't realize that you ordered lobster and crab legs. Something that's going to take more time, even though that's actually just boiling water. But presentation is also key. When you see that, when you see what's being brought to you, You're going to see more than what you asked for, and then you're going to wow everybody. Like, wow, maybe I need to ask God for more and make sure that I'm prepared for the wait, right? Although you're not thinking, you haven't seen this, you haven't heard none of this of what God is going to do for you. Yeah, rightfully so, you asked Him for it. Rightfully so, you have manifested this. You have constantly gotten on your knees. You have cried. You have endured. You have suffered. All of the things, right? But you're not thinking that within that prayer, within that patience, within being patient and being a prayer warrior, the obedience that's in that is going to have God is going to multiply that. He's going to double. He's going to triple. He's going to quadruple that. So I actually heard Sarah Jake say, you don't get what you pray for, you get what you wait for. And at first I got a little defensive. I was like, what? Wait, Lord, you better come on. But again, I had to, moment of transparent, I had to get myself together and realize it's not my timing, it's His. And then when it's time, you better be ready. Eminem said it in his one of his songs. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Just when you think He's taking all day, all night, like damn, He's really right on time. Then when you think about it, He actually came quicker than you think, right? It's like, oops. And then you start thinking about your plan, like, oh Lord, my plan would have had me probably on a 5 to 10 year situation, when all you needed, Lord, was a couple of years, 2 to 3, maybe a few months, maybe a few weeks. I'm guilty of that, because I had a specific plan that I was going to do X, Y, Z, and da 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 da. And God said, okay. And it actually developed me getting angry with Him. I was pissed. I stopped doing a lot of things. I stopped doing a lot of things. He said, hey, I don't mind you being pissed off at me. That don't bother me. But what's going to get me in an uproar is you stop doing what I've called you to do. So whether you got to do it mad, do it pissed off, I don't care. Do it. At least be obedient. Be obedient and mad. But I have that relationship with God. That's my relationship with God. Another thing I want to bring to y'all's attention, and I'm gonna just close it. My devotions are not long. Whatever you're convicted of that you can no longer do not project that, condemn, persuade, or convince nobody else of doing or not doing. For an example, let's say you have a person two drinkers. One person over here, they drink and they do not respect or obey their limit. This person over here know how to take a few shots and sit their ass down. Not go over their limit. They're still functioning. They're still aware of their surroundings. Well, this person over here at some point got convicted and had to completely stop drinking. Does that mean that person need to persuade, condemn, and convince the next person who drinks or sips or whatever to stop drinking? No. It's about self-control and whatever your faith walk or relationship with God is. That's between you and Him. Another thing, I don't project my beliefs onto anybody. I just don't do that. I have people who I'm close with that don't have the same belief as I do, and we've never made each other feel no type of way. And they act just as godly, if not godly, versus the traditional churchgoers or traditional Bible readers, etc. But yeah, that was the word for tonight. And like I said, I do this every night. Another thing I also do in the morning, and I just started this maybe like a few months ago. I actually have a morning scripture that I read before I go to work or before I start my day, and it's actually 2 Corinthians 3:23-24. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay, my bad. Forgive me. It's actually Colossians 3:23-24. It says, whatever you do, work hardly as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ. What I got from that is, when you on these people's jobs, know your purpose and clock out. Don't let a job make or break you. Only let them pay you. That's it. For the ones who are destined for greatness in the workplace, do the same thing. when offered the position, when you know you've worked hard, apply for it. Continue to elevate, manifest, and look ahead. Remain humble, yet professional. For all the people who are destined for greater and greatness and abundance outside of the workplace, utilize the workplace as a tool to mature you, prepare you. And off topic, but on topic, use your PTO. Take your vacations. Hello, I had to learn it the hard way, but I'm glad I learned it. You know, whatever you are destined for that may be outside of the workplace, and God has given you a vision to pursue it outside, not on the side, but outside. And I say outside, and I'm trying to refrain from saying on the side, is because your occupation that God has destined you for outside of your workplace is outside of it. It's not on the side. It's not something that you're just dibbling dabbling. No, this is something serious. Go ahead and pursue it. Stick with it. Because when it's time to jump off, when it's time to take off, when it's time to go, you need to go. Mate like Abraham in the Bible. Go. Okay. Well, that is all for tonight's devotional or Bible reading. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Alright, good morning, y'all. It is 8:12 in the morning, and breakfast is from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock a.m. So I'm gonna brush my teeth, put on something decent, go downstairs, eat, come back up here, and chill. Yeah. What's happening? What's good? What's poppin'? I'm about to go to the mall. Hold up. There we go. Okay, yeah, my braids are quite old, but I'm not trying to take them out right now. Anyway, I'm about to head to the mall, y'all, and check out this store called Miss A. They have a lot of good stuff from what I'm hearing there. That's under $5, you know, $2-3 or whatever the case may be. And I want to check it out. It has some, I've heard that they have some cosmetic stuff, cosmetic utensils, lipstick, lip gloss, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go on and, you know, head over yonder. You know what I'm saying? Alright, y'all, we done got to this good old mall. I'm gonna walk in the door now. I don't know if it might be music playing in the store, but hold on, y'all. Y'all, I am done out of the mall. I just got a few things from Miss A, you know. And what I feel say, I was in line to get a Cinnabon, but I was like, fuck that, I'm finna go. I'm finna go and head out yonder to my my vehicle. This weekend has been hella relaxing. Like, I don't know if y'all probably feel like, dang, it don't seem like she vacationing or vacating or however you want to put it. But to me, a vacation is when you are somewhere, no matter where it's at, out of town, in town, out of state, in state, out the country, in the country, and you do not have a specific schedule to be on. Sorry y'all, it's a little dark, but yeah, you don't have a specific schedule to be on. Maybe an itinerary for activities, that's cute, but you don't necessarily have, they go a little bit light, you don't necessarily have an actual schedule to be on, and you are accommodating plenty of rest, plenty of relaxation, maybe some jazz music and reading a good book, which I am doing that tonight outside of my devotion or in addition to my devotion. Yeah, that's what vacation is to me. Whether you have an itinerary full of activities or not, you can wake up, go to sleep, knowing that you don't have shit to do and you're not obligated to do anything except to relax. Again, no matter where you are, that's a vacation. Don't let nobody tell you how to vacate or how to vacation, whatever. So, but I think right now I want to go and try this place that has pho, the viral Asian dish that has been trending, you know. Again, I am here in my hometown. I do plan on going to the movies this evening to go see the new Karate Kid movie with Jackie Chan. And let me say something about that. Hold on, let me get in the car, because it's a little toasty. I told y'all I'm still here in Florida, okay? All my millennials and Gen X generation too, heavy on the Gen X generation, that know about the Karate Kid, you know, the one that got Hilary Swank and then the other guy in it or whatever. I'm gonna say this for them, you know, rest in peace to Mr. Miyagi. Rest in peace to Mr. Miyagi. My granddaddy actually looks like him for real. They look very heavy alike, I promise you. But anyway, they knew what they were doing when they did the sequel and chose Jackie Chan. Baby, Hollywood knew not to fuck that up. I was just telling my good friend, my good sis, this morning, the one who y'all saw on the FaceTime when I was vlogging or whatever, when I was at breakfast this morning. We were talking about that. Hollywood knew damn well who to choose for that. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, I believe Hollywood had it up their sleeve all along. They probably say, you know, when that time comes for Mr. Miyagi to go on the glory, we go on and have Jackie Chan already, you know, gone on and contact his contact his team and stay in contact with him, because when it's time to do a sequel, so that the, you know, the Gen Z generation could see what's up, because we can't fuck this up. I believe that's it. So, but anyway, y'all, I'm gonna head out to go to get some pho. I've had it before and it was really good, and I would give it a 10 out of 10. But it's like one of those, I want more. I want something a little bit better. But it wasn't nothing bad about the one I had. It was just, I want better. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, y'all. We done got to the restaurant. It's called Pho today. Vietnamese cuisine. Oh, Vietnamese. Oh my God. My best friend, her family are Vietnamese. Well, the family she created, they're Vietnamese. Shout out to the trans. Anyway, yeah, I've been wanted to try pho at I guess you could say more upscale place, if that makes sense. I am now at my table. I am at a booth. I'm kind of close to the front. I don't like being close to the front, you know, as much as our ancestors have thought. They got that one. It's not too bad. How you doing? Yeah. Say hey.
Hi.
Hey. What's your name?
Ming, by the way.
Ming?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Y'all, what the fast? Cause I don't know what. Oh, his name. I think his name Ming, whatever. My food is her. It's him. Now he did say that what we do is we take our own, like ingredients that's already sitting there for me to just add. Since I can see it, we just add it on our own. You know, however spicy we want it, however we want it to be. Oh, let me just turn it around like this. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, we add any of these to make it how we want to. They just pretty much bring the broth to us. And I have mixed in my broth and everything. I use some of this hoisin sauce right here, and I use some of this sriracha. And that's honestly all I use as far as like to season it or to give it flavor. And it's actually really, really, really good. Like I was eating with chopsticks a few minutes ago when I was kind of like doing some content for my TikTok videos or whatever. But yeah, I like it. Really, really, really good. Like the meat that I ended up getting was saucy. I'm sorry, I'm lying. Shrimp and shrimp and beef. Or whatever. Yeah, I had a piece of beef. I had a piece of it not too long ago, a few minutes ago. So yeah. Okay, whew, I had to come out of that jewelry and that hat, y'all, so don't judge me. Dinner was a 10 out of 10 at the place called For Today. 10 out of 10. It was amazing. It was really good. I would definitely go there again, 100%. What I did not like, but I won't make it a part of the score, if that makes sense. That I give it, you know. But my to-go container originally was a large styrofoam cup to put my noodles and my broth in, you know. I didn't like that very much or like it at all. I understood the assignment and the intentions for that. However, the material was not secure to me. It was a styrofoam cup, a large styrofoam cup. It should have been like the Tupperware plastic container. So in order for that to have been, you know, the choice, I would have had to pay 50 cents. Okay, no big deal. I was gonna swipe my card. The lady was like, oh, we can't swipe your card for 50 cents. I said, well, can you just upcharge me? And so she was like, no, we can't upcharge you. You know, I was just like, I didn't really understand that, because any other time when you at the store, you know, but I mean, as a business owner myself, I didn't necessarily want to try to argue the lady down. I did get a little irritated, but I didn't want to like argue the lady down or whatever, because at the end of the day, their rules is their rules at their place of business, because my rules is my rules per my business, you know, crab ends. But yeah, that was the only thing. Yeah, the styrofoam cup for to go, yeah, that wasn't it. That was not it at all. So, but anyway, I'm headed back to the hotel to maybe unwind, maybe chill a little bit, and then I'll probably explore a little bit. Sorry, y'all. Then I'll probably head to the movies this evening to go watch Uncle Jackie Chan in the sequel of the Karate Kid. But yeah, y'all, it's been fun. It's been very relaxing. And we're gonna take this thing out of state. So y'all stay tuned for what your favorite cousins and your favorite 90s baby, you know, me, where I'm headed at. camp today. I had an amazing, relaxing time. It was much needed, much deserved. I'm definitely rating this experience a 10 out of 10. And like I said, this is my solo local staycation, vacation, relaxation. Use that PTO, use that time off, y'all. As I mentioned before, my reason for doing this is because I do desire to venture off and expand my life as an individual. I do desire to take solo trips, and I did this locally to see how I can maneuver and navigate while experiencing solitude in a vacationing way. So I actually want to share something with you. So I met the front desk clerk here at the hotel that I stayed at or staying at, and her name is Rojo, and she had asked me where I was going yesterday because she admired my ensemble and what I was wearing, and I told her I'm just headed to the mall to visit this store and yada yada yada. And she's like, "Oh, you look cute." I was like, "Thank you." And she looked beautiful as well. And we just got to talking, and I had shared some things with her, with me being a content creator and everything, and the life changes and experiences that I have encountered with God redirecting me and sustaining my focus. And she mentioned something to me as a response to what I informed her about, which I'm going to keep that confidential because y'all just got to stay tuned. And she said, well, the reason why, although you want this very thing and it's going to happen, it's just not calling you right now. It's not calling you yet, is what she said, precisely her exact words. And when I tell you that thing touched me, like I'm getting chills even just saying it. This person does not know me from a can of paint. This person could have easily used my age against me, and well, you're this age and you should be XYZ. But it's like she was fearless. She fearlessly spoke that. Like nothing stopped her from saying that. It's like she knew. She said, "Oh, and by you doing your content, you're doing what God has called you to do." And I said, "Girl, let me get up out of here." Because I almost took a lap around this hotel. Just like, and anybody know what take a lap mean when you get a word from the Lord? Y'all know what that means. And she has experienced and or currently experiencing similar situations. And she's not in a rush either. She's fully aware of her surroundings and what she's gone through. And she spoke that if I needed to be where I was, I would have excelled. But I had to come from among. I had to get away. And coming from among and getting away could mean anything. It could mean changing the people you are around. Navigate to another place to reside. Move to a different neighborhood. Switching jobs. You name it. Change is needed. For a certain type of change is going to be needed. So I wanted to write her like a little note. I don't know if y'all can see it. To let her know that I thank her for saying that. She didn't have to. Her job was to only, make sure I'm straight as a guest, make sure that I'm okay. And she decided to extend her customer service. And in my opinion, show love. She offered to follow me and subscribe on my YouTube channel. So I gave her that as well as my TikTok. I wanted to give her all my social medias, but I didn't want to do too much. But I want to share that with y'all. And after looking at the Karate Kid last night, I began to talk to myself and say, you know what? I was like, you know what? It be them strangers that be speaking a whole life in you. You know how they say that's a whole dog, or that's a whole person in the car, or that's a whole such and such. Those strangers be speaking a whole life in you, and they don't even know your life. It's like I'm wearing my testimony, the aftermath of it. For her to boldly and proudly say that's not calling you yet, and you're doing what God has called you to do, that lets me know that I'm on the right path. Hold on, y'all, because I'm finna cry. All right, but that lets me know that I'm on the right path. When God sends you strangers to just speak life that don't even know you, and it's always the strangers. Like even with my business with Krabby Ann's, I've gained so many followers and friends on Facebook because that's actually where I get most of my business from, on Facebook. I went from 2,000 to 5,000. I recently hit 5,000 followers on Facebook, actually, by 2 weeks ago or so. And I'm one of those people that, as my following grows, I interact with people. When I stay getting compliments, when I get, reactions of compliments, I write back and I say thank you, or I send a heart or emojis. I'm a very humble person. Of course, once I get in the millions and everything, I will at least say thank y'all or thank everybody, because that's a lot of comments to reply to. But I said all that to say this, y'all. Keep going. Accept constructive criticism, or as I actually like to call it, constructive encouragement. Because it's things that are needed to be said to keep your focus, not to put you down. And don't be surprised if God sends a stranger to bless you with whatever it may be, because what Rojo said blessed me tremendously on this particular trip, staycation, vacation, solo experience of an adventure. And I'm not gonna lie, moment of transparency, I was thinking to myself, like, what if as somebody's watching my vlog, they're not enthused or entertained or intrigued or what have you? And it's like, I literally sat down and was like, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. I didn't even get in the pool, y'all. That's how relaxed I was. I didn't want to make myself feel like I had to do a certain thing in such a scheduling way just to keep somebody's attention, because at the end of the day, I'm just being authentic. I'm being myself. But yeah, it was amazing, much needed, and 10 out of 10. And y'all stay tuned for where I go next. And also, y'all, while staying tuned, stay patient, because I'm still human. I'm one of those people that I allow myself to take time to myself and by myself. I'm not one of those where I feel like you understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna take my time. I don't allow social media to make me feel like it makes me. I make my content. I make social media. Without me clicking on the app, that app won't get, used. So, but anyway, thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate y'all. Until next time.